Montreal just gave us one of the wildest sprint races of the season. Gee, teammates fighting wheel to wheel. Gee, drivers furious on the radio. Gee, McLaren cars were flying, hunting the silver Mercedes through every tight corner in Montreal. Gee, and chaos from the very first corner. Gee, this wasn't just a sprint race. This felt like a full Grand Prix packed into 23 laps. Gee, and somehow George Russell survived it all. Gee. Today we break down everything that happened in the first ever Canadian Grand Prix sprint. Gee. Coming into Canada, everyone expected McLaren and Red Bull to dominate again. Gee, but then Mercedes shocked the paddock. Gee, George Russell took pole position for the sprint with rookie teammate Kimi Antonelli right beside him on the front row. Gee, that alone was already massive. Gee, dramatic close-up of Kimi Antonelli putting his helmet on, looking focused. Gee, but starting next to your teammate in Montreal, that's dangerous. Because Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is famous for one thing: aggressive racing, long straights, heavy braking zones, and absolutely no room for mistakes. Everyone knew turn one would be chaos, and they were right. Gee. The lights went out. Russell launched perfectly, but Antonelli immediately attacked around the outside into turn one. Gee. Behind them, the entire grid squeezed together. McLaren cars were flying. Ferrari was trying to survive the madness. Gee. And Max Verstappen got boxed in during the opening corners. Gee. For a moment, it looked like Antonelli might actually take the lead from Russell, e.g., but George defended aggressively and held position. That small fight allowed Lando Norris to close right onto the back of both Mercedes cars. Gee. And suddenly, Mercedes had a huge problem. Their own drivers were slowing each other down. Gee. Meanwhile, Oscar Piastri stayed close behind, waiting for mistakes. Gee. The first few laps looked less like a sprint and more like a street fight. Cars sliding, drivers locking brakes, everyone pushing like it was the final lap. Gee. Then came the moment everyone started talking about. Lap 6. Antonelli attacked Russell again. Gee. This time, the two Mercedes went side by side into the corner. Russell squeezed Antonelli toward the edge of the track. Gee. Antonelli had to back out. Immediately, the rookie exploded on team radio. He clearly believed Russell pushed him too far. Gee. And honestly, fans instantly split into two sides online. Some people said Russell was defending hard but fair. Others said he crossed the line against his own teammate. Gee, while Mercedes drivers were fighting each other, Lando Norris quietly moved into second place. That was the biggest mistake Mercedes could make. Gee, because once Norris got clean air, McLaren suddenly looked very dangerous. And now Russell had pressure from both sides. Joy, Norris behind him, Antonelli angry behind Norris. This sprint race was turning personal. Gee. For the next several laps, Norris kept hunting Russell. Every straight looked dangerous. McLaren had incredible speed through the final sector. Gee. But Russell stayed calm. This is why George Russell has become one of the strongest drivers on the grid. No panic, no mistakes, perfect positioning. Gee. Behind them, Oscar Piastri was also keeping pressure on Antonelli. Ferrari, meanwhile, had a difficult sprint. Charles Leclerc managed to stay in the points, but Lewis Hamilton struggled to move forward consistently. Jai and Max Verstappen? The Red Bull simply didn't look comfortable. For once, Red Bull looked vulnerable in Canada. That shocked everybody. Gee. Even after the drama, Antonelli refused to give up. The rookie kept attacking, and honestly, this is why fans are loving him in 2026. He races without fear. Gee. Most rookies would back off against an experienced teammate like Russell. Antonelli did the opposite. He kept pushing harder. Every lap looked aggressive. Every braking zone looked risky. Gee. You could feel the tension inside Mercedes growing corner after corner. And remember, this is still a rookie, yet he's already fighting like a championship contender. That says everything about his talent. As the sprint entered the final laps, Norris made one last attempt to pressure Russell. But George controlled the race perfectly. No lockups, no mistakes, no opening. G. Antonelli stayed close enough to secure third place. And just like that, Mercedes finished first and third. Gee. But it did not feel like a happy team result. The tension between Russell and Antonelli became the biggest story of the entire sprint. Gee. Fans immediately started comparing it to famous teammate rivalries from Formula One history. And honestly, this might only be the beginning. Final sprint results. George Russell wins the Canadian GP sprint. Lando Norris finishes second. Kimi Antonelli takes third after an incredible fight, IG. Oscar Piastri comes home fourth. Charles Leclerc fifth. Lewis Hamilton sixth. Max Verstappen only seventh. And rookie Arvid Lindblad grabs the final point in eighth. G. Massive result for Mercedes, but also massive warning signs inside the team. G. If this sprint showed us anything, it's that the 2026 Formula One season is becoming unpredictable. G. Mercedes is fast again. McLaren is still dangerous. Red Bull suddenly looks beatable. And rookies are no longer afraid of the big names. G. But the biggest question now is simple. Can Mercedes control the growing rivalry between Russell and Antonelli before it explodes? G. Because after Canada, this championship just got a lot more intense. G. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more Formula One stories, race breakdowns, and motorsport history videos every week. G. And let me know in the comments, was Russell too aggressive against Antonelli, or was it just hard racing? See you in the next one. G.